Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We're going to continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We're on Canto 3, Chapter 29, text. I'm sorry, we're going to begin the Chapter 30 today. The Chapter 30 is entitled Description by Lord Kapila of Adverse Fruitive Activities. So text 1. Kapiluvacha tasyai tasya janonunam nayam vedoru vikramam kala yamano apibalino vayor iva gana balihe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Personality of Godhead said, as a mass of clouds does not know the powerful influence of the wind, a person engaged in material consciousness does not know the powerful strength of the time factor by which he is being carried. The great politician Pandit named Chanakya said that even one moment of time cannot be returned, even if one is prepared to pay millions of dollars. You know, we sometimes we take time for granted. We indulge in activities without realizing how much time we have utilized for one particular activity. One cannot calculate the amount of loss there is in wasting valuable time. You know, sometimes when we are watching something on TV or something mundane, 3 hours just pass by like that. And that time is never going to come back. Can never come back. No matter we are willing to pay millions of dollars for one moment of time, cannot come back. Prabhupada he used to say he knew of someone in India, rich man. He was dying. Doctor said, sorry, I can't save you. The man said, I still need 4 years. I'll give you a lot of money. You please, my plans are not yet finished. The doctor looked at him saying, you foolish, how much ever you pay me, I can't stop death. So either materially or spiritually, one should be very alert in utilizing the time which he has at his disposal. A conditioned soul lives in a particular body for a fixed measurement of time, and it is recommended in the scriptures that within that small measurement of time, one has to finish Krishna consciousness and thus gain release from the influence of the time factor. You know, so as soon as we are born, the time starts ticking. That's why we say 1 day old. Already time is 2 hours old, means 2 hours are gone from the time allotted to us. We don't realize this, but time is the most valuable resource we have. And what are the Vedas teaching us? The Vedas are teaching us that the time that we have in this body, we should utilize it for cultivating Krishna consciousness. But unfortunately, those who are not in Krishna consciousness are carried away by the strong power of time without their knowledge, as clouds are carried by the wind. So, you know, we don't even come to know we can spend hours watching movies or doing something, and the time just goes by. So we didn't achieve anything materially, neither spiritually. And then one day, so it's Bhagavatam also says that with each rising and setting of the sun, our life is being taken away. We don't realize it. But with each rise and set of the sun, the time that we have in this body is being shortened, except for a devotee. Bhagavatam says that time cannot kill the devotee. Why? Because the devotee's activities are eternal, spiritual. They're spiritual activities. So whether he's in the material body or he's in the spiritual world, he's acting out of love for Krishna. So that is for the pure devotee, of course. Yam yam artham upadate dokhena sukhadhetave tam tam dhunoti bhagavan pumancho chojati yat kritim whatever is produced by the materialist with great pain and labor for so-called happiness, the Supreme Personality of, as the time factor, destroys, and for this reason, the conditioned soul laments. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, kalos me, time I am, the destroyer of the worlds. Time destroys everything. Time is a representation of God, of Krishna. The main function of the time factor, which is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is to destroy everything. The materialists in material consciousness are engaged in producing so many things in the name of economic development. They think that by advancing and satisfying the material needs of man, they will be happy. But they forget that everything they have produced will be destroyed in the due course of time. So we can see that all our energy, our time is being utilized for economic progress. How can I progress economically? How can I make better comforts for the body? But whatever we are producing or gaining for the comfort of the body is going to also deteriorate. It's valid only for a certain time. So our energy, our efforts are being utilized for something which is very temporary. And after all, our time in the body is temporary. So then does it mean that we should not care for the body or not strive for economic development? Sure, we can, but understanding the correct position, understanding I'm eternal soul, I'm inside the body. So sure, I have certain needs for the body. There are certain needs that are there. But at the same time, I need to cultivate Krishna consciousness. If we are just engrossed in material activities without understanding, without trying to cultivate our Krishna consciousness, then we are just wasting time. Similarly, we cannot neglect the body either, because we are inside the body and the body has its certain needs. So then understanding that I'm in the body has certain needs. So I have to keep the body and soul together. At the same time, let me engage in Krishna consciousness. So from history, we can see that there were many powerful empires on the surface of the globe that were constructed with great pain and great perseverance. But in due course of time, they have all been destroyed. One that comes to mind is the Roman Empire was really, really powerful. The Roman Empire, but today we don't hear of it. Still, the foolish materialists cannot understand that they are simply wasting time in producing material necessities which are destined to be vanquished in due course of time. So we identify ourselves with our possessions. We identify with the things that we buy. We think that that's us, or that's giving me a certain kind of a status. We give too much importance to the material things without understanding, okay, there are things which I need to use, and that's it. When we start identifying ourselves with them, that is foolishness. This waste of energy is due to the ignorance of the mass of people who do not know that they are eternal and that they have an eternal engagement also. So because we are thinking we are the body, we are thinking, okay, as soon as I give up the body, no more, I don't exist anymore. Without understanding I'm the soul. Yes, the body is going to vanquish, but I am the soul and I'm going to continue existing. And if I exist in the material world, I will continue to engage in material activities. So they do not know that the span of life in a particular type of body is but a flash in the eternal journey. We may think, oh, how can we flash? It's so long. Every moment takes so long. 1 year is so long. 2 months is so long. But if we look at, in retrospect, however old we are, we can feel that, oh, how time flew by. How the time has flown by. And similarly, our journey is eternal journey. Why? Because the soul is eternal. So in this material world, till the time we continue, it's a journey. But once we reach back to the spiritual world, that is going back home, back to Godhead. Same here, like here, we leave our house to go for a visit on a journey. We are traveling somewhere. That's the journey. Always, but we have that, oh, I'm going to go back home. I'll go back home after a week, after 2 weeks, after 2 months. But for us in this material world, we have forgotten that we have a home. And not knowing this fact, they take the small flash of life to be everything, and they waste time in improving economic conditions. It's like Prabhupada would say that, we are on a journey, we go to the hotel, and we are so busy decorating the hotel room. Let me put some paintings, let me change the carpet, let me get a vase. We're so busy decorating the hotel room, we forget that, oh, but I'm going to leave this room in a day or 2 days or a week or whatever. So that's the point. That's the point. To understand that my time in this body is temporary. I'm eternal. I have an eternal engagement. I have an eternal body. And in this life, in this body, I have been given an opportunity to revive my love of God and go back home, back to Godhead. Yad adhruvasya dehasya sanubandhasya durmatihe dhruvani manyate moha graha kshetra vasunicha. The misguided materialist does not know that his very body is impermanent and that the attractions of home, land, and wealth, which are in relationship to that body, are also temporary. Out of ignorance only, he thinks that everything is permanent. The materialist thinks that persons engaged in Krishna consciousness are crazy fellows, wasting time by chanting Hare Krishna. But actually, he does not know that he himself is in the darkest region of craziness because of accepting his body as permanent. So, I don't know if you all have spoken to someone who's lost his consciousness, like a mad person. He's just speaking something without being aware of the surrounding. That's how we have become. We are totally thinking that we are the body. We have completely forgotten our original identity. So we are thinking we are the body, and because we continue thinking we are the body, all our emotions, our energy, our attachment is everything to the body and everything related to the body. So we've completely forgotten our true identity, completely, and we are thinking we are the body. And in relation to this body, he accepts his home, his country, his society, and all other paraphernalia as permanent. We never think that, oh, one day I have to give it up. It all seems so, it seems like a permanent situation. It seems like a permanent situation. We see people around us dying, but we feel it may never happen to us. When the Yaksha asked Yudhishthir Maharaj, what is the most amazing thing that you see? Yudhishthir Maharaj told him that we see persons dying around us every day, every moment. Yet we carry on our lives thinking it's never going to happen to me. So this materialistic acceptance of the permanency of home, land, etc. is called the illusion of Maya. This is one of the functions of Maya. She facilitates to fulfill our desire to enjoy separate from Krishna, and she puts us in illusion. She helps us to forget our original position, our original form, our original identity. This is clearly mentioned here, Moha Griha Kshetra Vasuni. Out of illusion only does the materialist accept his home, his land, and his money as permanent. Out of this illusion, the family life, national life, and economic development which are very important factors in modern civilization, have grown. A Krishna conscious person knows that this economic development of human society is but temporary illusion. So we are so attached to our whatever possessions, everything in relation to the body, because we are completely in illusion, forgetting our original identity as part and parcel of God. Completely forgotten God. We are just thinking, oh, this is my family, this is my body, this is my house, this is mine, my country, my nation. But where is God? Where is my relationship with God? That's what we have forgotten. So in another part of Srimad Bhagavatam, the acceptance of the body as oneself, the acceptance of others as kinsmen in relationship to this body, and the acceptance of the land of one's birth as worshipable are declared to be the products of an animal civilization. Bhagavatam says that. Bhagavatam says that it is animalistic if we are just concerned with the body, thinking whatever that I'm the body, whatever is connected to the body is mine. This is my land of birth. Because then we are not using the higher intelligence that we have been given. When, however, one is enlightened in Krishna consciousness, he can use these for the service of the Lord. So idea is not that we have to give up, oh, I'm not the body, so let me kill this body, or let me leave home. No, the idea is not to give up, because we cannot give up anything. Nothing belongs to us in the first place. The idea is to remember God and to utilize everything in his service, because everything rightly belongs to him. That is a very suitable proposition. Everything has a relationship with Krishna. So our home, our family, our whatever, country, nation, society, everything belongs to Krishna. We think it belongs to me, my family, my body, my house, my car. But what happens when we have to leave the body? No more. The relationship is cut off immediately. But understanding everything belongs to Krishna. So let me engage it in his service. That is the correct understanding. When all economic development and material advancement are utilized to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, a new phase of progressive life arises. So life is to progress. Life is to progress. We can't just stand there. If we just stand there with the movement of time, we will go back. We will go back. But the idea is that every moment to progress, take one tiny step toward Krishna, toward going back home, toward self-realization. So the more we hear and chant, the more we are doing it. Jaturvai bhava etasmin yam yam yonim anuvrachet tasyam salavate nirvritim navirchayate. The living entity in whatever species of life he appears finds a particular type of satisfaction in that species, and he is never averse to being situated in such a condition. The satisfaction of the living entity in a particular type of body, even if it is most abominable, is called illusion. We are the spirit soul. We are part and parcel of Krishna. Yet we are so attached to the body. We are so comfortable. We don't want to give it up. This is illusion. A man in a higher position may feel dissatisfaction when the standard of life of a lower grade man, but the lower grade man is satisfied in that position because of the spell of Maya, the external energy. And this is Maya, illusion. Whatever body we are put into, we feel, oh, it's such a this is the perfect position for me. There's one pastime, one story that Lord Indra, he was cursed to become a pig. He's Lord Indra, he's the king of heaven. He has so many heavenly pleasures, beautiful women dancing for him, beautiful palaces, luxurious beddings and such palatable foods. So he was cursed to become a pig. And he was very happy in the body of the pig. He was happy swimming about in the sewer, very happy with his pig wives and pig children. And then one day Lord Brahma came to him and said, okay, your time now is finished in the pig body. The curse is over. Come back home. You have your duties to perform. You're the king of heaven. And Lord Indra in the pig body was like, no, what are you saying? No, look, I have my pig wives. I have my pig children. I can't leave them. What are you saying? I can't go. Lord Brahma had to drag him out of this body. Lord Indra he had become so comfortable in his big body, he had completely forgotten himself as Indra. So this is illusion. That's how we are able to, one time we are in the body of a pig, then we are in the body of a demigod, or a lion, or a tiger, or a bird, or a tree. Whatever body we are in, because of Maya, we feel, this is a good body for me. So Maya has two phases of activities. One is called Prakshepatmika and the other is called Avaranatmika. Avaranatmika means covering and Prakshepatmika means pulling down. In any condition of life, the materialistic person or animal will be satisfied because his knowledge is covered by the influence of Maya. So we think we are the body. This knowledge that I am the soul, part and parcel of God, this has been covered by Maya. And we think, yes, I am the body. Whichever body we find ourselves in, we say, yes, this is me. In the lower grade or lower species of life, the development of consciousness is so poor that one cannot understand whether he is happy or distressed. This is called avaranatmika. Even a hog who lives by stool finds himself happy, although a person in a higher mode of life sees that the hog is eating stool. How abominable that life is. If a human being sees a pig eating stool, he'll say, oh my God, what is he eating? But the pig is happy. That's because the consciousness in the human body is higher. We ourselves might have been in the pig body in our previous lives, and we have also enjoyed that kind of pleasure. But when we come to a higher consciousness, we feel, oh my God, what is this? Similarly, we need to raise our consciousness to Krishna consciousness, to understand that I am part and parcel of God. I'm a spirit soul. I'm eternal servant of Krishna. And I'm not this body. So that is our real consciousness. Are there any questions or comments?
No comments. It's all okay.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Lord Bhaktavinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.